Hi guys, Max here, and we're gonna be looking at a couple of fights that I haven't, or opponents I should say, that I have not gone up against in the past before. So this is my first time fighting a black cat inside Alliance War. Now I typically take the same path almost basically every single time that I do Alliance War, which is path 9 on the far banks, and I'm familiar with the nodes. So like this specific section of this fight of my Alliance War, this last match, is section 2 of path 9. So there's one I open, and there's shock bleed rotation where if you don't bring a shock damage or bleed, I'm sorry, shock immune or bleed immune champion, you're gonna be taking some quite good damage and probably KO immediately because you didn't bring the right champions for this. But the fact I'm showing you this because I'm still bringing Emma Frost. I brought her last war, and I'm bringing her this war because of Black Cat, because of this path again. So let's jump into the footage and take a look. Again, this is my first time fighting Black Cat, which makes everything more exciting. I did go ahead because this has one eye open, and you ideally don't, I mean, you can parry, you just don't want to deal damage once you parry. I practice her heavies to see the spacing, which is that right there. So she's got a 3 animation spacing on her heavy, finishing it off with like a little side kick at the bottom. And I kind of wanted to see if I can counter the heavies, and she's a great counter of the heavies. The special 2 I would say is the easiest to evade. Found that out too as I was doing a little practice against Black Cat. I forgot her name already. I was gonna call her Asgard, by the way, we're going up against Asgard, and Asgard has quite a huge player base that has big rosters, you know, so they have good offensive options, defensive options, some of the most newest champions. So there you go, I parried her. I don't want to actually hit her, and the reason why you're seeing me, by the way, if you didn't know this, if this is your first time stopping in, thank you for checking out this fight. If it's not, then thanks as well. But right there, you see I'm taking shock damage, and that's because she had more power, or my Emma had more power than she did. And when that happens, my diamond form protection falls off, and then I'm not immune to bleed, to shock, to a bunch of things that Emma is immune to. So very good GG's on the fight. For sure, we took the W's. I think it was a lot of fun fighting her. I don't know if she's such a big problem when it comes to her as a defensive champion. Let me know if you guys fought her a few times. But the next fight is going to be against a Penny Parker, rank 3. All these are rank 3, by the way, either rank 3 or rank 4 defenders that we're going up against. And this one, of course, Penny Parker has her auto block. That is really annoying, and that is so hard to go up against. So here's a hazard shift, shock and bleed. That's the node that I was talking about, but this one has nerves of steel, which constantly gives her instead of one eye open, constantly gives her a armor up. So here we're going to go into the fight and take a look at how this plays out. One of my obviously I brought a shock and full bleed immune champion. I didn't want to bring Emma into it because she was going to be class disadvantage. This fight's already painful as it is, and I don't want to fight class disadvantage, so I did bring Nebula specifically for this. One thing I did want to do and keep in mind is hit into his block to remove those armors. But as you can see, I just transferred 20 shocks to him, dealing over 4,000 damage. That was my game plan. So I was prepared. I prepared myself for this fight, and I had some idea of what I wanted to do. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna build those shocks as high as possible. So here you see me holding block, and I'm building them at 15, 17. I try to get to 20. I don't get to 20 all the time. There I transfer 17 of the shocks, and that's just melting Mr. Poppy down. That just sounds weird. I kind of want to say his name, but that's just melting him down. Now he's at 4%. One more shock, and he's out. So a very difficult fight turned into a easy fight when it comes to how much shock damage. Like, we did 63% shock damage, which was a huge amount of damage into Mr. Poppy's here. The biggest hit here, you saw it there, was 5,000. The fight lasted less than a minute. So these are my two fights, two champions I have not faced in Alliance War. We're going to bring footage right now of the third champion that I haven't faced either. We used all three of our attackers on this last section of Alliance War. Okay, so here we're going up against Cersei. Now, she's in the boss island, and Cersei, very long special ones, special twos. Okay, by the way, just let you know. You guys already know. Another rank 3. Of course, my Red Hulk and my roster of champions, everything that I was bringing to the table as well, were 6-star rank 3. So I can say it's an even playing field, right? I'm not bringing 5 stars rank 5 to fight rank 3 6 stars or rank 4 6 stars. So this Cersei is in the boss item. One of the things she has annoying about her is her stun immunity that the buff or the node has on it. The other thing is you need to bring a champion that's incinerate or poison immune. And because typically I am in on path 9, section 1, I bring a incinerate and poison immune champion or something that's one or the other. I typically end up taking this mini boss fight if I'm available. So she's stun immune. I'm not going to be taking any poison or incinerate immune because of Red Hulk, but let's take a look at this fight. Again, very long special ones. The fact that she's stun immune, I also went out, did a couple of duels of my own Cersei to look at that heavy. I forgot. I don't recall all these champions, especially if I'm not doing Alliance War or these fights, these important fights that I'm really focused and really concentrated on my performance that often. Then I don't remember their heavy. So they're like, again, the lack of practice of these champions. I got clipped with a round kick from her. One thing I do want to point out here is I remember that she was not launching that special 2. So when opponent's not launching a special 2, it's a little bit, she went unblockable, by the way, look at that. A little bit is the AI that just is not cooperating. And what you want to do is, if you can, this is why you don't want to get them far into special 2, because you're going to get in a position where you're like, it just went to special 3 and you're going to blame the AI, which is quite annoying, and you're right. But to prevent all that, you get them to special 1, special 2, and then don't get too far into the special 2 where you can hit into their block. I played it very dangerously, and then taunt, if you will, without actually placing a taunt on them, the special animation, special 2, special 1. So here I launched my special 3. Reason why, look at how much damage, red damage, incinerate damage I'm doing. 1400 damage. Again, she's glancing. One thing I didn't know going into the fight is how much she glances. So I started paying attention to her glancing, I think, at this point, because my health was really low. And I'm like, why am I not dealing damage? I noticed the glancing on her being up. Then I'm, okay, as soon as that glancing system is down, I'm going all in on the attack. And so I do a couple of intercepts. So GG's, Max, good, well performance. And then I go and start definitely dealing some damage while she's not glanced. Look at that damage. The crits are there. Everything is working in my favor. We do another win inside the mini boss island again with Red Hulk, one of my old school favorite champions. That's just really awesome. Just well performance. You know, a minute and 50 seconds into the fight, took a couple of hits, 4 hits received. That brought me down to 25%, only 4 hits, 1 mistake. And that was not even a full 5-hit combo. She might have KO'd me if she did a 5-hit combo or a special on me, for sure, special. But again, going up against this alliance with stacked rosters and defenders, I did want to record this footage. Plus, I didn't die, so I kind of look good. I don't know, maybe. Drop a like on the video, guys. I enjoy doing these videos and footages sometimes for Alliance War, especially when they're unique. For the most part, I'm always taking Path 9, so if I'm not the Alliance War guy, you know, especially since we at Relax are super chill, and Alliance War with a lot of people and a lot of problems going on with the game, it's not a playable, fun area. But I get it. There's a lot of people wanting to view Alliance War footage because they are competitive. They want to learn. They want to, like, see certain mistakes to avoid, which is smart. And that is one thing would be doing if I was playing Alliance War competitive. I would be looking at every single video out there that someone publishes when it comes to Alliance War footage, because I want to better myself. I want to increase my skill. And if you can learn from others' mistakes, then that is good. Of course, not knowing if there was an issue, drop input, or some kind of dex problem. So we're still testing that, by the way. Live streams every night so far, to look and see if we can find some drop input, some parries. I was expecting some in this Alliance War because apparently everybody has them too in Alliance War, Alliance Quest, Battlegrounds. Those are the three major ones that people are expressing issues with, and I didn't find any on my Alliance War. So, I mean, I guess I'm feeling very fortunate because of that, but I know a lot of people are having problems. So I'm so sorry about that. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.